team coming in who spent an awful lot of money. Yes, Frank has made a few changes from the Manchester United game there. He's gone back to a back four, so it'll be very interesting. So I'm hoping for Chelsea winning this.
Chelsea, obviously, in terms of history of the UEFA Champions League, much better and stronger. But recent history, just one victory in 6 for them, Ashley. Do you see the second one in 7th coming today?
I think so. Ziyech, coming on, being introduced. Hudson-Odoi looks like he's going to play in that whole Havertz, Werner up front. They've got enough. Jorginho obviously linking things from midfield. I think they should be fairly comfortable.
Terry, your scoreline prediction for this one?
I'm going to go for 2-0 to Chelsea.
Right, and Ashley, what about you?
I can see a high-scoring game here. I think Chelsea are decent. I'm going to go and stick my head out. I'm going to go 4-0 Chelsea.
All right, gentlemen, expecting goals here. These fans would be hoping that the home side can manage a performance and some goals against Chelsea. Over to our commentator, Steve Wilson. But first, yeah.
In this stadium, Krasnodar, brilliant stadium it is to hold some 35,000 when it's allowed to be full. And Krasnodar, the 7th club from Russia to reach the group stages of the Champions League. Sergei Petrov and Igor Sorokin have been added to what was already a lengthy injury list. Income Evgeny Gorodov for a Krasnodar debut, having joined from Akhmat Grozny in August. Alexander Martinovic is back from injury, wearing number 4. He captains the side. They are so short of players, Krasnodar. They only have 7 on the bench. And the referee for this one is Turkish. Ali Palabiyik is the man in charge. Alexander Martinovic rather towering over Cesar Azpilicueta, the captain of Chelsea. They've drawn their last 3 games in all competitions. Frank Lampard gives the first appearance of the season to Antonio Rudiger, who has been previously out of favour. Hakim Ziyech makes his first Chelsea start after 3 substitute appearances. There is no Thiago Silva, and Marcos Alonso is suspended. To have an atmosphere, and the supporters who have been allowed in for this game are providing that. Some of the locals have turned up supporting Chelsea, actually. Seen quite a few in Chelsea tops wearing Chelsea scarves. They're not from London. So Chelsea, wearing their change strips, will be defending the goal away to the left-hand side in the first half. Edouard Mendy in that goal. Krasnodar predominantly in black as the excited supporters count down to kick off, and the referee Ali Palabiyik blows his whistle. The knee is taken in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. Away we go. Krasnodar, from right to left in their debut season in the Champions League, their first ever home game in this tournament, this great competition. Chilwell with the throw-in for Chelsea is Azpilicueta. Frank Lampard has played with formations this season, switched from this to that. He's gone with a back four today rather than the back three he'd been playing in recent matches. This is Kurt Zuma, Mateo Kovacic forward, Ziyech infield to Kovacic, Zuma to Rudiger, who was linked with a move away from Chelsea in the closing days of the transfer window. That didn't materialise, and he's now Rudiger on the ball and back in the team. Kovacic. Chilwell, one of the new recruits for Chelsea, and there have been many of them in the summer. Kai Havertz playing it back into Rudiger is another. Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech, of course. First time that those three summer recruits have started together. Kovacic away to Callum Hudson-Odoi. Turned the ball in field and gave it away to Daniel Utkin. And he cannons off Jorginho. There is the youthful coach of Krasnodar, he's a local lad, Murad Musayev. It's gone out of play from the goalkeeper Matchday. Safanov, just 21 years old. Just flicked out of play. Azpilicueta with a throw-in. Here's Rudiger. Chilwell. Jorginho. Jorginho was closed down by Kaczynski, and the ball is given away, and now Krasnodar with Berg. Berg's shot is wide. Careless Chelsea, giving the ball to Marcus Berg. Well off target in the end, no real problem for Edouard Mendy. But the first shot of the game is a Krasnodar shot. Marcus Berg passing a fitness test to be involved today. He had been feeling unwell. Jorginho with the block, and picked up and driving forward is Daniel Utkin. Utkin! Good effort. Mendy pushing it round the post. Good start by Krasnodar. Utkin won it brilliantly, dispossessing Kai Havertz. And Mendy just got his fingertips to it. Good play by Utkin. Krasnodar corner is swung in onto the roof of the net by Christian Ramirez as it was played short to him. Got the goal in France against Rennes on Matchday 1 at Krasnodar. A solid opening away draw. Kovacic, Zuma to Mendy. Here's Chilwell, put under pressure, then Chilwell by Christopher Olsen. The free kick is given against the Swede. Olsen missed Saturday's defeat here against Spartak Moscow with a cold. Just had his arms around the waist of Chilwell. Azpilicueta forward to Hudson-Odoi, up to Jorginho, then on by Kovacic, helped on its way to Chilwell by Havertz. Timo Werner. Jorginho. Chilwell. lovely first 5 minutes. Looked like a push by Chilwell on Olsen, but play goes on. This is Smolnikov turning it in field. Chelsea have snuffed that out. Chilwell. Brazilian at the back for Krasnodar. Jorginho. Aspilicueta just got there ahead of Christian Ramirez. Havertz in field. Ziyech. Chilwell. Zuma. Catch out by Verena for Krasnodar. Didn't have possession for long. Rudiger to Zuma. And Mendy, who will soon, injury permitting, be involved in action against the club with whom he started the season. Edouard Mendy, signed for Chelsea from Rennes. Werner, Jorginho, and out to play off Cesar Aspilicueta. Chernov will take this throw in for Krasnodar. It's Kayo's head. Martinovic away. Gazinski forward. One in the air by Olsen. Kai Havertz here. Zuma. Rudiger. Kovacic. Couldn't find Hudson-Odoi. And Smolnikov tidying up for Krasnodar, finds Saponov. Martinovic forward, trying to find Berg. Zuma to Rudiger and safety. Zuma goes long away downfield. Martinovic won the header. Ziyech on target, took a good save down low to his post from Saponov. Good reactions. Hakim Ziyech, who is well versed in Champions League football through his time with Ajax. So Chelsea. Chilwell to take. Kovacic. Edouard Mendy. Here's Zuma. Aspilicueta. Timo Werner's in the middle. Kai Havertz here for Chelsea. Hakim Ziyech went to ground under the Ramirez challenge. And offside. Kick to the home side. It's been regulars, Krasnodar, of late in the Europa League since they made their debut some 6 years ago in that competition. Every time they've come up against English opposition within the Europa League, they played Everton. Drew on Russian soil with Everton 1-1 and then won at Goodison Park by 1-0. Martinovic, Safanov. Jorginho. Krasnodar to Chilwell. Looking for Timo Werner. Martinovic was there. Olsen. Bemused by the referee. To Azpilicueta. Hakim Ziyech. Azpilicueta. Werner in the middle. Havertz arriving. This is Werner. Werner goes down and the referee has given a penalty, I think. Timo Werner just got in front of Evgeny Chernov. Good movement by Werner in the middle here. Gets in front of his man. It's not Chernov's challenge, is it? It's a penalty to Chelsea. VAR are checking. Was ill-advised to make that challenge. Well, Jorginho is Chelsea's penalty taker. He very seldom misses, so he has missed one this season. That was against Liverpool. Here he comes. Oh, and he's hit the post! Well, it hit the post, then hit Safanov. That is a real rarity. Jorginho missing from the penalty spot. Still 0-0. It was being claimed that the penalty miss Jorginho had against Liverpool in the English Premier League earlier this season was the first time he missed a penalty in his career. If that's the case, he's now missed two. Zuma. Krasnodar's number 31, Kayo, is his challenge on Werner that conceded the penalty. Jorginho couldn't convert it. Quarter an hour played and it's been a very, very interesting one. Mateo Kovacic for Chelsea finds Chilwell. Hudson-Odoi back into the left-back position. Jorginho, Ziyech, cleared away by Martinovic, the tall Belarusian international. Smolnikov charging forward. Smolnikov often does play on the right of midfield. He did in France against Rennes on Matchday 1, but because of the hamstring injury to Sergei Petrov, who'll be out until the new year at least, Smolnikov will have a spell as a right back, but he will get forward when he can. Aspilicueta, Zuma, Rudiger. Smolnikov conceding the throw. Havertz finding Aspilicueta. Krasnodar attacked it. Was in, for sure, Safanov, because it hit the post and then hit him on the back. If his luck had been out, it might have gone in off his back, and it would have been an own goal, of course, but...
Very much in it, and Anders Dreyer had two very, very good chances, and almost equalised just before the Liverpool clincher from the penalty spot by Salah. This is Di Maria for Paris on the right-hand side of the field. Support from Florenzi. Di Maria again, halfway inside the Istanbul Basaksehir half. Kimpembe for Neymar, centre of the field. Skips away from the challenge of Visca. His ball forward played a little blind, and Crivelli now on the break. It's 1 against 2. It's Kimpembe and Danilo back. Visca's joined him. Visca's shot! Oh, it's a whisker away from 1-0. Keylor Navas fully extended across his goal to his left. Visca, no backlift, took it early, very nearly caught them by surprise.
He did really well, John, and again, Enzo Crivelli doing a brilliant job of holding the ball up and finding the right option when Visca appeared on the scene. Took it nice and early. I think he would have liked to cut it across the goalkeeper a little more, and to his left-hand side, there's a very, very disappointed Denit Turc, who thought that he could have been played in.
Andy, just on Enzo Crivelli, he's had somewhat of a nomadic career. He's 25 now. He's played for a number of clubs in France, and now he finds himself in Turkey. He was always thought of as being a real talent, but seemed to find himself at a number of clubs, didn't he?
You know, this move really has been the making of him, John. I think intermittently, particularly at Caen, he played pretty well.
Break off because Di Maria tries to get the ball inside the penalty area. It's headed up rather than away by Purianu, and it's knocked forward up towards where Visca, Crivelli were. Sorry, Andy, you let you finish what you were saying.
Well, like I said, I think this move has been the making of Crivelli, really. I think with so many experienced players around him.
As we go forward again with Kurzawa, and the cross is deep towards Neymar, headed away well again. Andy will get to the end of this sentence sometime before half-time. It's back with Kurzawa. It's away by Skirtle. Oh, Di Maria on the edge of the penalty area. It's a curling shot which takes the merest of deflections, but that merest of deflection takes it round the post. It's a corner.
He had loads of time to line that up, Angel Di Maria. Once he controlled it on the edge of the area, he used the defenders really as a shield to prevent Mert Guignac from getting a good look at it. But in the end, a little deflection took it wide. I think it was from Epurianu.
On the corner on the left-hand side, it will be a right-footed in-swinger. It's Neymar who takes it to the edge of the penalty area. It's Florenzi who takes the ball and shoots right-footed. He's certainly got power behind it, but not the direction. And it's behind for a goal kick. 0-0 gone. 0-0 here, 17 minutes gone, Rob.
Thanks, John. More chances for Krasnodar now. It was a deflected effort from Tony Vilhena that span off Kurt Zouma. Mondi was completely wrong-footed. It was from the edge of the area. The deflection nearly took it into the corner, went behind for a corner. From that, there was a chance of Christian Ramirez, who scored that super goal last time out against Rennes in the Champions League. He cut into his right foot, 20 metres out, shot it straight at Mondi. But a good game this, Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 0, 20 gone.
It was always going to be a good game, that, with the way that Krasnodar approached their football. And Chelsea have worked out this season their best form of defence maybe is attacking, and the talent that they have signed, when they all gel and get used to each other, it might take some stocking in the new year, you know, Chelsea. I'm not entirely sure that many clubs will be wanting to face them once their players have all settled in. That's a good rob by Kurzawa. Visca guilty of waiting for the ball. It comes to Neymar, who pulls up, and he's just holding his hip on the edge of the penalty area as Istanbul Basaksehir have the opportunity to break away down the left-hand side over halfway. They have the ball with Dennis Turuc. Support arriving in the shape of Irvan van Kovacic. Turuc again, forward inside the penalty area towards Kriveli, holding the ball up and trying to keep hold of it, which he does well to find Bolingoli on the left-hand side.
Kin finding Vilhena. Come on, Kovacic, and Krasnodar has a throw in. And it might be in here. A referee has said handball. Well, it fell to Marcus Berg. It's hit him on the back of the left arm. No intent from Yevgeny Chernov. But it fell into Marcus Berg's path. And the whistle went. Edouard Mendy's clearance started well in the Chelsea goal. 3 clean sheets in his first 4 games. Clipped over the top of Christopher. Oh, somebody won't reach that. Mendy's there. Seeing off the challenge of Smolnikov. Rudiger to Zuma. Just past the halfway point of the first half. It's been a very good match to watch so far. Vilhena here has caught Kovacic. Just a free kick this time, Vilhena. To Aspilicueta. Werner back to the Spanish fullback. Here's Kurt Zuma. Giving the ball away to Ramirez, who then was fouled. Kovacic bringing the free kick to Krasnodar. Caio did well. Ramirez. Shot. Jorginho got in the way. Cleared by Havertz on the edge of the area. Daniel Utkin is down for Krasnodar. They play on with Gazinski. It's a good ball. Olsen couldn't get onto it. Zuma volleyed away to Havertz. He's still down, Utkin. Timo Werner now for Chelsea. Well, Krasnodar played on while Utkin was down, so I don't see why Chelsea wouldn't. Havertz square, and a really important touch that by Caio. Otherwise, that cross from Havertz might have reached its intended target. Ziyech, that's very good defending by the Brazilian. And now the referee wants to go and see about Utkin. It's inside the penalty area when that challenge is made. Havertz has his eyes on the ball, but does bundle into the Krasnodar man, who I think is going to be okay. Hurt his neck somehow. Well, to nobody's great surprise, Utkin is back on his feet and okay. It's a clumsy-ish kind of challenge by Havertz, having said that. Again, Chernov deep in conversation with his coach. And it will be an uncontested drop ball. Frank Lampard, Champions League winner with Chelsea. And the Champions League final loser in this country, of course, against Manchester United in a penalty shootout at the Luzhniki in Moscow. Rudiger. Zuma. Chernov in the way, Chelsea's throw. Werner tries to Liqueta to Kovacic. Jorginho, who missed the penalty, who just joined us early in the game. Jorginho, after Werner had been fouled by Caio, hitting the right-hand post from the penalty spot. Into the game, that penalty miss was 14 minutes ago. Kurt Zuma. Azpilicueta. Ziyech. And again, Hakim Ziyech. And saved pretty comfortably by Safanov. From Ziyech to trouble the Krasnodar goalkeeper. Azpilicueta with his throw-in. Update Jorginho's record from the penalty spot. That was the 26th penalty he's taken in his senior career. He scored 23 of them. He missed in the 2017-18 season when playing for Napoli at Udinese, and he missed earlier this season playing for Chelsea against Liverpool. Otherwise, he has 23 successful penalties. Ziyech felt that challenge. Had his foot trodden upon. Kovacic. Half an hour played. Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 0. Group E, Matchday 2. Both the games in this group on Matchday 1 were drawn. Aspilicueta. Well cleared by Christian Ramirez, and again getting in front of Ziyech and conceding the throw. Aspilicueta. This is 394th game for Chelsea, the Spanish defender. He's been an absolute stalwart of the club for many years. Midfield. Kaczynski back into Martinovic. Long towards Berg. Rudiger's there. Chilwell away. Vilhena. Berg. Utkin. Keep the ball in play. Krasnodar have a lot of injury issues at the moment. It's arguably not a full-strength Krasnodar side that Chelsea are up against. Petrov with that hamstring injury I was talking about earlier. Victor Claesson, Swedish international, out with a hamstring as well. Remy Cabella, scorer of 6 goals this season for Krasnodar. French forward, he's missing. Having to self-isolate at the moment. Dimitri Stotsky, experienced right back, has a knee injury. It's a free kick to Krasnodar. Zuma on Vilhena. Is going to take Kaczynski going forward. In comes this Krasnodar free kick from Christopher Olsen, headed out by Kurt Zuma. Timo Werner to Ziyech. Havertz, Chelsea looking to break here. Hudson-Odoi away to the left-hand side. Werner's looking in that direction. Ziyech towards Callum Hudson-Odoi. Chilwell. Vilhena had more time than he realised. Kovacic for Chelsea. Aspilicueta. 1-2 with Ziyech. Christian Ramirez on his shoulder. Back into Hakim Ziyech. Krasnodar throw. Really well, 5 minutes to Russians, but Jorginho's penalty miss still looms large on the story of this game. Rudiger. It's a considerable advantage in terms of passes completed, isn't it? Under pressure from Werner, Chelsea have to throw it into the last 10 minutes of this first half. A lot of draws of late for Chelsea. It's Yuri Kaczynski, but Rudiger was there for Chelsea. From 5 of the last 6 games, Chelsea, if you include English League Cup tie at Tottenham, which they lost in a penalty shootout after a 1-1 draw. Hudson-Odoi, Timo Werner did well to stay on his feet. Ziyech into Havertz, Hudson-Odoi, and it's in through the goalkeeper. Callum Hudson-Odoi scores. Big mistake by Matchday and Chelsea have the lead. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Well, if you don't buy a ticket, you won't win the lottery. Hudson-Odoi took the shot on, got it on target. Matchday really should have saved it, but it went right through the Krasnodar goalkeeper. Hudson-Odoi is definitely not offside. And that's a really poor mistake by Safonov in the Krasnodar goal. Hudson-Odoi. Second of the season, Chelsea 1-0 up. Timo Werner. Goal scorer Hudson-Odoi. Utkin now for Krasnodar, taken away by Kovacic. Antonio Rudiger. Christopher Olsen. Losing out, Havertz forward to Werner, who I think suspected he was offside. Olsen. Jorginho. Forward, but not where Smolnikov wanted it to go. will take it. Edouard Mendy, Kurt Zouma. Jorginho, relieved that Chelsea are in front after his missed spot kick. Kaczynski for Krasnodar. Kovacic for Chelsea. Aspilicueta. Havertz! Oh! Wow. Goalkeeper came. I think he got a little touch on it, Safanov. It was a bold decision from the Krasnodar goalkeeper to come for this. Havertz was offside anyway, wouldn't have counted. Off with the long clearance. Krasnodar, a little bit of room now in behind Smolnikov. We've got forward. Krasnodar square. Kyle away. Kaczynski. Now Smolnikov, who was AWOL for a moment from his right back spot. Christopher Olsen. One back by Jorginho. Kovacic. Zouma. Last couple of minutes of the first half. Chelsea will be happy to see this out. Kurt Zouma. Clip behind, it's a Chelsea corner. Going to see this out, Krasnodar. They don't want any further damage inflicted before half-time. Chelsea's corner kick, big moments these. Up go the heads, glancing away to Vilhena, on by Christopher Olsen, and Krasnodar try and launch a break. It's a bit of a one-man counter at the moment. Tony Vilhena finding Christopher Olsen though, held up by Aspilicueta. Olsen still going. Olsen squeezing the cross in, and Edouard Mendy is there. As the cross cleared Chernov at the near post. Just the one added minute. Edouard Mendy in the Chelsea goal. Rudiger. Chilwell. Smashed away well. Hakim's here. Looking for Havertz. Just dropped over the top of Martinovic. Havertz couldn't adjust, saw it very late. Nice ball from Ziyech. And the referee blows his whistle. It's been a very entertaining first half.
Danilo. And Danilo will put his foot on the ball and will...
Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0 at Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniil Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0 at Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniil Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0 at Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniil Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0 at Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniil Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0 at Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniil Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0 at Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniil Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0 at Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniil Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0 at Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniil Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0 at Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniil Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0 at Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniil Utkin. Left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin, left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin, left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin, left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin, left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin, left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. The home team had the first early chance with a lovely shot from Daniel Utkin, left foot curler was bound for the back of the net before Edouard Mendy with a brilliant save scraped it out, diving to his right. Jorginho missed a penalty. That jump step beat the keeper, but came off the inside of the post. Eventually Callum Hudson-Odoi had a shot, a weak effort really, but a big mistake from Matvei Safonov to let it through his body for 1-0. Half-time at Stadium Krasnodar, and it is Krasnodar.
Well, we're into the second half now. Not the good fortune about the Chelsea goal. Arguably, though you would say that they've been the better of the two teams. They did have a penalty. I thought it was a little bit harsh that it was given anyway on Kyle apparently fouling Timo Werner. They didn't look much in that, to be honest. But anyway, Jorginho beat the keeper, but couldn't beat the inside of the post. In the end, Hudson-Odoi had a shot that was a fairly tame one. They went through the Krasnodar keeper. Matvei Safonov will have nightmares about it, I would have thought. The ball's coming on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll jump across and just deal with that. And I cannot work out how that ball got underneath his body and ended up with the back of the net. It's like, what happened next? Can't believe he didn't save it. And I honestly mean this, but 99 goalkeepers out of 100 would have saved it, and he would be the only one who didn't. So I don't know how he's managed to do it. It's special what he's done. Anyway, his teammates need to bail him out, don't they? It might be the worst mistake he's ever made, or the mistake of a lifetime. But anyway, his teammates need to step up, don't they? Ball to the box as Plqueta heads it away, but they'll have it back. Smolnikov now. Ball flicked on the inside. Now with Berg, edge of the area, maybe a chance. A little step over there. Two players left it for each other. Here is Olsen. Ball to the far post, and as Plqueta heads away, he needed a shout there, and he's saying, "Come on, somebody tell me." He's giving away a corner kick. They really need to communicate a little bit better. Mendy saying, you know, he was quiet there. Aspilicueta just quite rightly saying, "Come on, let me know." He didn't need to do that. Corner kick then for Krasnodar, and this is a gift where they take it short and then eventually put the ball in. Flicked on at the near post, but gone too deep that. And in the end, it was Utkin, Daniel Utkin, near post header from the cross from Christopher Olsen, who I don't think the Swede's playing that well, and also he's on a yellow card. I think he is somebody who they could replace. Anyway, here Rudiger steps in and wins a good challenge at the edge of the area. Hudson-Odoi just held up by Smolnikov, but he does well. He gets rid of the ball to Kai Havertz over the halfway line. He got a lot of pace about him, but eventually out to Ziyech. Early ball for him. It's headed away by Martinovic. Headed back, and Kovacic with the strike. Right-footed, not too far wide that. Yeah, good hit that. So he's a busy player, isn't he? But I can't help think he's not in your best 11 for Chelsea. Anyway, long ball forward here, but no chance to release Ramirez. It was a really poor ball going forward from might have been Marcus Berg, that who's a good goal scorer that just hadn't really been able to get into the game just yet. Ball back now with Zuma. Kai Havertz have come deep there to join in. Rudiger, Kovacic, Havertz again. Back to his keeper, Mendy. He controls it, delays a pass to Jorginho. Ball goes eventually to Chilwell via Rudiger. Kovacic lays a risky ball back on his inside and loses it. A little heel there by Marcus Berg. Didn't reach the intended target as Mendy plays Zuma into a bit of trouble, and you can tell Chelsea just having a few words with each other at the back there. So, well, what are you doing that for? Kovacic, better ball forward. Werner finds Hudson-Odoi, driving into the box now, but Smolnikov knows too much there. The Russian international fullback does really well to dispossess Hudson-Odoi. The pair then shake hands. Fair enough that. Hudson-Odoi was goal side and needed to use the ball a little bit better. He's a bit disappointed with himself. Referees armband his bid sorted out. He got some technical equipment in there. Anyway, looking at that last little bit of play. Potential offside Hudson-Odoi, but that actually was in the goal. So they were just looking at the goal. I thought they were the last bit of play, but Lampard celebrating the goal, didn't over-celebrate, I've got to say that. But probably he didn't expect Hudson-Odoi's shot to go in, and he wasn't really prepared to go crazy about somebody else's mistake, quite frankly, which, fair enough. Timo Werner has his ears ringing there. Martinovic runs away from him, but a bit of a coming together. And I just thought he was strong there, Martinovic. Thought Werner backed off a little bit. I've not seen an awful lot of Timo Werner, but yeah, he's not quite got going just yet. He looks like he works hard enough, peeling off to the left and the right, help his teammates out. Leaves a big gap in the middle, but particularly Jorginho slipped there, has given away a corner kick. Here's an opportunity. It's a real poor effort. They take it short. Smolnikov and Olsen work into an offside position. Terrible that, really. And yeah, just dreadful. They need to do a lot better than that, don't they? remains Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. And I don't know if the belief is evaporating out of Krasnodar. My belief in them is, as I watched them. So here now coming forward, another opportunity for Krasnodar. Chernov then finds Ramirez. He gets the cross in. Jorginho blocks it. But the ball breaks it back then, and eventually the ball hooked out over the top. So yeah, that was well, it's sort of not exactly a half chance or anything. So now ball back with Havertz. Cross comes in the deep. Oh, Chilwell had to believe that ball was getting to him. Hudson-Odoi stepped away from him, and then he just didn't think it was coming. But it wasn't a bad ball into them. You can tell the relationships for the Chelsea players are just not there. Just not there. Chilwell had to believe that ball was coming to him, though. I think take responsibility, lads. You know, we've seen that twice in the game where a player for Chelsea has lost his opportunity by just not thinking the ball was going to get to him. Here we see Olsen playing the ball forward, and eventually this one might just work out. Gazinski with a shot, and that's blocked away. That's a good effort, that. A good ball forward by Ramirez. Don't know what the referee's looking at now. Chilwell and Smolnikov had to come in together. Smolnikov's hand goes into Chilwell's face. Just the way his arm came down, I don't think that was intended. Anyway, corner kick now for Krasnodar. That Gazinski shot that was blocked, it was blocked behind. As the corner comes in, and the shot, oh, that's off the crossbar. The ball comes back in. It's not been dealt with yet. So Gazinski gone close twice now. And Kurt Zuma's down at the moment. And I think that Mendy might have been beaten there. Let's take another look at it. Left foot volley from the corner. So he found ground at the far post there. Nobody was with him. And I don't think even the brilliant Edouard Mendy was saving that. And then there's a whole heap of bodies as the next ball comes in. Martinovic going for it, but his head collides with Zuma. Anyway, a bit of treatment. Mendy got hurt in that as well. It's Stadium Krasnodar, the home team giving it a red hot crack, trying to get back into it. We just saw Gazinski a shot blocked away from the resulting corner, though. Well, the corner kick came to Gazinski, and he managed to get a left foot volley away. This time he beat Edouard Mendy and came pinging back off the crossbar into open play eventually. And Mendy coming back, and he's in a collision with Zuma and Martinovic. But it's still 1-0 to Chelsea. And the stretchers come out for Mendy. Oh, don't tell me. It's the last thing that he needs. In absolutely brilliant form. It's not just that, is it? But you know what I mean. It's like, oh, that's Zuma, is it? They pick him up, so he doesn't need a stretcher. And I'm presuming then that Mendy's up. So, yeah, in the end, full-blooded there. And Zuma's done well. I mean, Mendy comes to clear out whatever's there. So, you know, I think Zuma counting fingers and all that now. He is off the field of play, and Mendy's had treatment, so they're still asking him if he's all right. Yeah, play not ready to resume just yet, particularly not with the when the goalkeeper's like that. Subs warm up, but it looks like Zuma's probably going to be alright. In fact, they all are. Mendy's going to restart the game. But, we just saw Krasnodar creeping a little bit closer there, a bit more positivity from them. And actually, Goskinski just can't reach a leg out and get there. And now with Jorginho, finds Havertz, finds Ziyech, centre circle, good ball to Werner. He's got an opportunity, runs into Smolnikov. Smolnikov goes down holding his face. Referee lets play go on. Here is Timo Werner into the box. It's a mistake from the referee that. Chilwell now on the ball, edge of the area. Gets across to the far post, too deep. And Smolnikov is still down holding his face. They've got to put the ball out, and the referee should have stopped the game. His opinion might be that he's play acting. But you know what? You can't take chances with a head injury, can you? If it is, you need to get treatment immediately. And that's what they do. I think he runs into Werner's shoulder there. It was possible, possible that he broke his nose. Possible that he, if there's blood or something, laying on his back, he had problem breathing. You don't know. And so the referee's got to stop it. Anyway, he's up now, Smolnikov. And he could have been playing the old soldier as well. And if he was, shame on him. Referee didn't bite and didn't stop play, but he needed to there, really. Anyway, only Igor Smolnikov will know. Ball contested in the middle of the park. Ziyech wins it. Havertz now trying to make ground. He loses out. And the ball down with Ramirez again, who's been fairly lively. Showed too much to Havertz, who hooks that ball away from him. Like I said, keeps on looking for work, Kai Havertz. In fact, that was Kyle rather than Ramirez playing out from the back. Well, Havertz won the ball. He went through Ramirez. Should have been a free kick, really. Anyway, here is Ramirez trying to get into the box, but Rudiger comes across and deals with that. Yeah, he's a decent centre-back, I think, Antonio Rudiger. We've hit the hour mark. Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. And the goal coming in the first half from Hudson Odoi. There are fans watching it, not too many of them. I've even seen Chelsea banners out there. I don't know how many Chelsea fans took or if they're in an official capacity or what. But nice to know there's a wee bit of support and that somebody's having a good night. But the home fans, they've seen a bit more effort from their team. Villena now makes a break, and into the box he goes. Decent looking cross, headed away, breaks back out. The shot on the volley in the half turn, at the edge of the area from Chernov, not quite good enough to trouble Mendy. They showed a bit of spirit though, at Krasnodar. And Chernov. But the crossbar saved him. Smolnikov now a bit of defending to do in the half turn. He just lumps that ball out. It would be a throw for Chelsea halfway inside the Krasnodar half on the left hand side. Chilwell will take it. 62 minutes gone. Chelsea's slender advantage. But it's the group stage, isn't it? You can always make recompense for any mistakes early on home soil, more familiar soil. At the minute, what we're finding out about football is it'll be without the fans. Any patch of grass anywhere, doesn't particularly worry teams. They asked Bielsa, didn't they, about playing at Anfield? He said, well, Anfield's not Anfield without the fans. Well, fair enough. They're just stretches of grass here. At the Stadium Krasnodar, I mean, there are fans in, but they're all socially distant, or they seem to be. If not, they're in little knots, little family groups perhaps. I don't know how that lends to making a load of noise and supporting their team. but I guess it's very difficult to do that. And what we also know is that when we get a new stadium syndrome is that it's quiet until the fans find out where they want to be to make the noise. And all the noisy boys congregate together, and they do just that, don't they? Create an atmosphere. But, you know, one or two spread around doesn't really get the chant started, does it? So, there may be fans in the Stadium Krasnodar, but I doubt they're engendering a great atmosphere for the home team, who deserve a bit of support, because I think that they've come out of the traps well in this second half, and are giving it a red hot crack as Ramirez wins the ball off Azpilicueta, steps inside. Oh, and then the ball was meant for Berg but never got to him. Chernoff now to Villerna, and then Ramirez again, the number 6 showing up but well for Krasnodar. The ball with Utkin just at the edge of the area. He's all left foot though, as he shows he steps back inside. But I knew that, but Kovacic didn't seem to, as he lunges at him and brings him down. It's a free kick at the edge of the area. Silly that from the Croatian. Stepping across. Utkin was going nowhere really. And Kovacic has his arms wide as if to say, what, me? Yeah, you. It was poor. It was poor. And a silly foul really. And he should have known where he was going. Anyway, it's on the right hand side of the D. Utkin's put it down. Daniel Utkin can see he's left footed, and it suits a left footer. But it's going to take a hell of a shot to beat Mendy from where it is. We're seeing the Swede Christopher Olsson have a word with him. I don't know what Swedish translates into Russian, or what the similarities are. Anyway, Utkin looks up, sees there's a fairly big wall he's got to get round. Up he steps, hits the wall, ball comes back to him, and a terrible left foot volley. His own player there got in his way as well, but it puffs out his cheeks. Poor effort that really, and in the end when it came back out, Christopher Olsson got in his way. You know, he's looking to hit it right footed. Anyway, referee having a word with Mendy. I think it's as if to suggest that he's time wasting a bit, which he might well have been. Anyhow, the ball back with Chelsea. Chilwell has to flick it off. Olsson makes a mess of it. The ball will go out, and it will be a Krasnodar throw on the right hand side, taken by Smolnikov, and Olsson goes down theatrically, but nothing doing. Havertz picks it up now, looking for plenty of ball, and he gets it. It's 3 against 3 now. If they do it right with Kai Havertz driving forward, finds the ball out to the right hand side for Ziyech. Little step turn, he's shot straight to the hands of the keeper. I feel that's what's missing in his game. That devil, when he gets through, he's about his third shot. They're pretty much all on target, but you're not getting any power in that, off balance. And even old Butterfingers, Matchday Stefanov, can stop that one. Shot on target. You'd feel that they would need a second goal to steady themselves here into the box. Is Berg looking for a shot, saved by Mendy. Near post, and you'd expect him to save that. But football breaking out all over again as the cross comes in from the left hand side. It'll be picked up by Smolnikov on the other side, holding the ball up. And then Smolnikov looking for the cross, but looked like that might have gone out for a corner. It has, and Mendy again was just wasting a bit of time. Ball reefed off him, and eventually we'll get that corner kick coming in. You can't kid a kidder there. Mendy trying to keep that ball in. Looking at Berg's shot again, near post. Yeah, good strike, good save. Corner kick now, and again the target Martinovic. Can Olsson get the delivery right footed? Out swinging, headed away by Zuma. The edge of the area, Villerna. The Dutchman spins and turns. Tony Villerna. And Werner there. Timo Werner, that is, getting lots of problems. He wouldn't allow him to turn. And that ball has gone out for a Chelsea throw in the end. Well, the game's a lively one at the Krasnodar Stadium. Chelsea still have the slight advantage, and we've just saw Hakim Ziyech almost double it. You just get the feeling he's had about 3 shots tonight, all on target, but all a little bit tame, really. And in the end, even Matvei Safonov, butterfingers as he is tonight, saved it. We keep seeing Krasnodar working hard. We saw Chernov volley over and a Berg shot saved by Mendy at his near post. Yeah, they're working hard, but at the minute not really getting the rewards that they would hope for. They try and come forward again, but the ball blocked. And then eventually from Zuma and Rudiger, they play it in between themselves. And they look fairly comfortable tonight. Playing for the opportunity to play alongside Thiago Silva, really, aren't they? Unless, you know, they go to back 3, which they did at the weekend, didn't they, Chelsea? So, you know, we'll see, won't we? Reece James did a good job of his right wing back duty. Ball breaks through the box here to Azpilicueta, and he drives the ball in, but straight to the hands of the keeper. So, a lively second half, really. The game's not settled into any kind of pattern, but we've seen Krasnodar on the ball an awful lot more in this second half, and that's made it a more even contest, really. Not bad to watch, really. Anyway, ball out left hand side for Krasnodar. Eventually the skipper Azpilicueta forced to put it out. Again, he got a bit too deep in on the Ecuadorian Ramirez there. As Chelsea are looking to make a triple change now. Pulisic, Mount, 2 of those coming on. Was N'Golo Kante the other? Couldn't work out there. Jorginho, is he injured? He's going off. So I guess it'll be N'Golo Kante for him. I think Callum Hudson-Odoi might be coming off. Mason Mount on. Mason Mount on for Jorginho, it's saying, but I would think that would be N'Golo Kante. Kovacic is going off. And of course, as we said, Pulisic, the USA international. Yet to see who's gone off for him. So a triple change, Hudson-Odoi. And it is Chelsea playing out from the back now with Kai Havertz. He's been very loath. I mean, I think Lampard's really bedding his German players in. Havertz and Werner, loath to change them, really. So Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. And Smolnikov there, next to no contact with Mason Mount, but free kick judged to have been given away by the new man. So 72 minutes gone, Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 1. Free kick for Krasnodar, deep in their own half. And yeah, 1 or 2 players have caught the eye for them. I think Caio, their Brazilian centre-back's decent. Martinovic, the skipper, looks alright. I like this kid on the left-hand side, Christian Ramirez. That's about it, really. I don't think any of the rest of these guys are world beaters, but now N'Golo Kante, first touch for him. Nice and neat. Going back to Zuma. Ball now back with Chilwell. And Rudiger to Zuma. Good ball forward. That to find Kai Havertz. Steps over the ball. He was looking to make something out of nothing there. Ball then played behind Ramirez from Villerner. And Chelsea have it back. Oh, that's a poor ball from Kai Havertz. Villerner and Ramirez again tidy. eventually Villerner caught. And N'Golo Kante picks it up. Azpilicueta was who won the ball in the middle of the park. So, Rudiger then nearly ran into Berg. Got the ball away to Mendy at just about the right time. So, Chelsea on a lead as Rudiger picks it up into midfield, finds Mason Mount. And then the ball, they're trying to get it forward. Tammy Abraham, in fact, he's at Hudson-Odoi getting ice on his left thigh. I thought it was Tammy Abraham getting stripped there, but the pleasure just come off. So, anyway, Utkin going off, Suleymanov coming on for him. And Magomed Suleymanov. He played at the weekend, I think, in that disappointing defeat for Krasnodar at home at the hands of Spartak. As ground made by Kayo, he stopped in his tracks. Thought it was a free kick, but he didn't get it, and it's all Chelsea now, right hand side, edge of the area. The ball comes in. Eventually, there's a shot from Pulisic, and was it stopped by a hand? Martinovic gets a yellow card. It suggests it's a handball and a penalty kick. So, well, there we go. We'll take another look at it. Pulisic is shot in. Oh, you're kidding. It came off the knee and then onto the hand of the defender. But I think that's been given as a penalty. And a yellow card as well. So a chance for Timo Werner. No Jorginho. So well, this could be game, set and match. And again, the rules stink, don't they, about handball penalties. Ball hit him on his thigh before it hit him on the arm. Anyway, Werner steps up. Oh, that's how to take a penalty. There's no stagger step there, alright. He's absolutely hit a colossal right foot drive right into the side netting, and that could be it. Well, in fact, he was pretty straight, but I tell you what, that's like a tracer bullet. He hit it that hard. He's quite close to Safanov, but yeah, he'd lose a hand trying to save that. Anyway, I think that could be it now, really. Game over, 2-0. And same for Krasnodar, because they'd made a better fist of the second half. That's the way the cookie crumbles, though. At Stadium Krasnodar, Chelsea have a 2-goal cushion now. They had a penalty in the first half. Jorginho, with his jump step, hit the post in the end. This time with Jorginho off and replaced, it was Timo Werner who stepped up. I'll tell you what, he almost hit it straight, and he was very close to the goalkeeper, but nobody's saving it. It was like a tracer bullet. I've never seen a penalty kick hit so hard. Honestly, nobody was saving it. You would have lost an arm. So it's 2-0 Chelsea. Yeah, real hit. Yeah, you can see why Timo Werner, if that's the way he finishes things, you know, right foot like a thunderbolt, and you just think, yeah, I bet that's impressive. They get enough ball to him if he's thumping it in right-footed. I think, who would he be like then? Ramirez, he's got a brilliant right foot. Anyhow, long ball out here from N'Golo Kante, looking for Chilwell, and he finds him. Chelsea now will be feeling comfortable. Mount looking for a ball in, dealt with just about. Kaczynski then looks for his keeper. Kyle nearly sold Shaw, but he just turns that ball away, and it's an opportunity then for Chernov over the halfway line. We've got to go back on his inside for Villerner. Kaczynski looking as well. Ball breaks back for Chernov. Ball out the left hand side. Ramirez Got Azpilicueta for company, holds him up. Gazinski now on the ball. Ball into the box, but that's well read by Mendy. And yeah, fairly commonplace, really, and easy enough stuff. And Chelsea with a 2-goal cushion, looking good now, aren't they? Looking good for victory, you would have said. But 2-0 up, and they're breaking forward again with Havertz, edge of the area. Gets the ball out of his feet. Chance for a shot. And that's blocked away. And into the box, attempted bicycle kick from Pulisic. But it didn't quite work out for him. I think maybe the scoreline is a little bit flattering as it stands. Hudson-Odoi's shot should have been saved by the keeper. Penalty kick. Those penalties for handballs, they're so tough, aren't they? If you're defensive, though, you've pretty much got to defend with your hands inside your body, don't you? Ball breaks now into the box, maybe a chance, and the ball drilled in there, and it's a great strike from Hakim Ziyech, and that means 3-0 now, and well, they are home and hosed, aren't they? All coming good now, and it looks like the spirit has been stripped away. Play started down the left. Pulisic to Werner, and then to Ziyech, and that shot with a lot more conviction, left-footed. I think he took a deflection past the keeper, though, actually. But you know what? He's going to take that. He hit it hard enough to get that deflection anyway. Some of his shots have been a little bit airy-fairy tonight, I would have said. But anyway, he's happy enough to accept it. 3-0. And it's the kind of scoreline that they would expect. That was his last effort, really, Ziyech. He now has gone off and been replaced by Emerson. No, Emerson replaces Ben Chilwell. Who's come on then? And they make 5 subs. Pretty sure I just saw Ziyech go off. He might just have been high-fiving with his coach. Looks like Tammy Abraham's come on, though. Number 9. Anyhow. Indeed, Tammy Abraham on for Hakim Ziyech. At Stadium Krasnodar, raining goals now. Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 3. They made a few changes, have Chelsea. Brought on the likes of Mason Mount, Pulisic as well, and N'Golo Kante. They'll probably look a little bit better for it. But anyway, it was a well-constructed goal down the left. Pulisic found Werner in the box. He, in turn, found Ziyech with his trusty left boot. I think he got a hard, strong shot away. It was deflected past the keeper for 3. So, yeah, they've had all the luck tonight, really. And now Krasnodar about to make another change. Olsen goes off, but I really don't think he'd been playing that well. And Spurzian, who played at the weekend, comes off. I think I would have taken him off at half-time. The Swede, anyway, he's gone off now. And Tammy Abraham will be hoping to get in amongst it, won't he, as well, if he can. If the soul has been sucked out of Krasnodar with these 3 goals. But anyway, yeah, I think Chelsea will be pleased. Always potentially away from home in Europe, there is a bit of peril. It wasn't that obvious in the first half that they were going to eventually have a 3-goal cushion, but sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumble. One thing that you could say about Chelsea was, for what it's worth, they dominated possession, and at one point 73% in the first half, and you're thinking, well, maybe this is going to work out in the long term. If Krasnodar have to continually chase the game, chase the ball, isn't that going to catch up with them? Smolikov fouls and an easy free kick. PSG have got a lead, and Keane is the scorer. Anyway, and Smolikov now has got a throw. 83 minutes gone. Well, Pogba and Van der Beek start for Manchester United tonight. They've given Bruno Fernandes a rest, and Edison Cavani's yet to play as they take on RB Leipzig. As ball into the box, not a good one from Kai Havertz, sends Pulisic a little bit wider. He's on the ball, a bit greedy that. He drags it from his right onto his left to get a shot away, and then fell over. Generally speaking, he likes to deliver a good ball. He didn't pass well against Man United at the weekend, though. Anyhow, ball with Shappy as he's got on his back. And that's the substitute. So now ball into the box for Krasnodar, but a bit of a melee in there before eventually that ball is cleared away. In Group E as it stands, Chelsea will be top dogs, although Sevilla and Rennes are due to kick off at 8 o'clock tonight, the other group game. There'll be an opportunity for one of them to join Chelsea. Mendy makes a save, diving at his near post to Ramirez, who's kept on going like him. Live wire, the Ecuadorian, cut inside Azpilicueta and got the shot away, scraped over the top of the ball. Very hard to beat the big Senegalese, who looks like he could be in line for his second clean sheet. I wouldn't have called him man of the match this time, like he was at Old Trafford, but he's done what he's needed to do. Well, if he's not the man of the match, then who is? Again, it's hard really to say for Chelsea. Yes, they've shared it around, but it's like luck, isn't it? First penalty missed. Callum Hudson-Odoi, he scored a goal, but his shot wasn't great. Mistake by the keeper. Then a penalty. You could argue Werner's pen was too close to the keeper, but he thumped it in. And then eventually Ziyech, who's kept on going. I think maybe Hakim Ziyech would be my man of the match. He's shown a lot of industry, kept on going. So yeah, I think Hakim Ziyech would be a strong candidate for man of the match. 86 minutes gone now. This game's not coming back for Krasnodar, and yeah, they've tried hard, but you've got to do a little bit better than that in the Champions League, don't you? Really. Anyway. Football fans are going to be banned in Germany again. Rising coronavirus cases there. I think the FIFA director about handballs, I've just looked at social media, and well, somebody said the handball is a joke. The Uefa's rules are worse than the Premier League. Hit his leg first, then went on to the arm. Anyway, Marcus Berg off now. Not been his day. Leon Sabua stepped in. There was a striker called Ari, who I seem to remember scored a few goals. He must be out injured. Anyway, Rudiger trying to play out from the back, looking for Emerson, who is on for Chilwell, making use of his substitutions. Frank Lampard, as Kaczynski drifts the ball to the edge of the area. Chernoff picks it up. Now with the hard-working Ramirez, Kaczynski back on it, and he rolls the ball out left-hand side. Chernoff gets the cross and deflected. Mendy comes out. Mendy comes and claims. So yeah, it is what it is, really. 76th minute, the penalty really from Timo Werner was what took the game well and truly away from the opposition. But like we saw there, what you heard on social media, it's just a joke, that ruling. They've got to change that law. I think if the ball comes off any other part of the defender's body and then hits the arm, I wouldn't call it handball. It's deflected. You know, you'd have to be pretty skillful, wouldn't you, to stop everything with your thighs, to to flick them onto your hands to stop a shot. You're ridiculous. Anyhow, Chelsea got this wrapped up, and here they come barrelling forward with Mount. Emerson is cross blocked away by Smolnikov, and Smolnikov continues his run, but he gives it away, and Mount then looking to win it. Pulisic was beaten by Gazinski, and now Krasnodar on the left hand side trying to make some ground, and Ramirez then ability to go either side of Azpilicueta, goes on his outside, but Azpilicueta does well. He still flicks a ball in, but he's dealt with by Mendy. Well, you know what, Azpilicueta is such an accomplished player, but he knows he's been in a game tonight with the Ecuadorian. He's running ragged. Puffing and blowing there is Cesar, skipper for Chelsea. He's had a good game. And lesser player could have been taken to the cleaners. Anyhow, ball back now with Rudiger and then Emerson. And now Kai Havertz again deep, N'Golo Kante, and then Kurt Zuma. Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 3. As Tammy Abraham now just lays that ball out. Mount giving it back. Martinovic beaten by Tammy Abraham. Good ball in the box, and the shot comes in, and it's Pulisic rolls it into the back of the net, and it's 4-0. Well, it's a good goal, that. I thought again, he's been a bit greedy here, but he ends up back of the net. I don't know how that got through Safanov again. Good team goal though. Good work by Tammy Abraham there. And it's a good ball into the box. He drags it in, and it's terrible goalkeeping again. Safanov beating at his near post. Let's take a look. What does he do? Beating through his legs. Oh dear. He has had a night to forget. But anyway, it is what it is. That you're as strong as your weakest link, and it might be their goalkeeper. Into 4 minutes of added time now. But instead of Krasnodar, it is now Krasnodar 0, Chelsea 4. And I've got to say, Matvey Safanov, the Krasnodar keeper, is the weakest link all right tonight for his team. He's made 2 horrendous mistakes. They've cost 2 goals. One was the first goal, letting it through the butterfingers from Callum Hudson-Odoi's shot. But this time beaten at the near post. Good play by Tammy Abraham. He found Christian Pulisic. His shot then straight through the legs of the Russian keeper, and that's made it 4-0. Tonight is. So you know what? It's terrible. We all make mistakes, but like they say for keepers, often can be a goal. But anyway, yeah, he's not had his finest performance tonight. All right. Pulisic there managed to get that ball through his legs. Here comes Chelsea again. They won the corner now, but the heart ripped out of Krasnodar a long time ago. And then you bring the star-studded replacements on, and it must seem a really difficult competition then. Chelsea made 5 changes, and they brought on Emerson, Pulisic, Kante, Abraham and Mount. Real good players. So now the ball out to the right-hand side. Spurzian with the ball, and he's brought down by Mount. and the man doesn't believe it, but more importantly the referee does. A chance then for Krasnodar. Can he claim a little bit of satisfaction by grabbing a goal? Well, maybe not. I think that was actually Suleimanov Shapi, as he's got on his back, who was brought down, and they now take the shot, and it's a shot from Shapi, left-footed, always going wide of Mendy's post, two-man wall into the side. Well, he clipped the side netting, but he wasn't. Mendy had that covered, and he just actually let that one go, really. So we're into the dying embers of the game, and Frank Lampard will be very satisfied, I would have thought, with the performance. And so balls from Hudson-Odoi, Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic. They've shared them around all right. Have helped settle this deal. The referee finally calls it. It was tight in the first half until just the end of the half, and Callum Hudson-Odoi's shot went through Safanov. I don't know how. And there we saw Timo Werner with a penalty kick. A harsh one, really. Martinovic had judged to have handled, and ball hit him on the thigh before it hit him on the hand. Eventually, a decent goal. Hakim Ziyech getting on the end of good work from Pulisic and Werner. Shot deflected in FL. And then Pulisic through the legs of Safanov, and that's made it 4-0. Thanks for joining us.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity